Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife, Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 22 of Code Geass, Turn 22, Emperor Lelouch. Oh boy.
He is taking control. We have
a bunch of kitties.
A bunch of cats. She has all three on her lap. But last episode, we had some absolutely wild things happen.
Yeah.
Including the Emperor getting, erased from existence, and along with Marianne, Lelouch, all he wanted was tomorrow. That was his big thing. And then we cut to a month later and Lelouch walks up with Suzuku, takes control, saying I killed the Emperor. Geass is everybody in attendance and says, regard me as Emperor. So that's his new Geass's just absolute command. And Suzuku has fully agreed to it. So what are your thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I'm surprised we haven't seen Geass used in a now moving forward type situation.
I'm not surprised because I think it was a matter of I didn't want to control people as much. People should be free to choose what they want to do. But now that the Black Knights won't work with him, this is his only choice.
Yeah.
It's crazy too because he hasn't gassed any of the Black Knights, so now he actually could.
Yeah.
And the only one he couldn't is Colin.
I'm wondering when the repeat Geassing is going to catch up to him.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens or what's going to be happening between. Pretty much it's the final battle now. It's Schneizel versus Lelouch.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But if you're excited for the final few episodes of Code Geass, make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below for episodes coming every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to see the final 4 episodes right now, they're all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length forms. I just can't wait to see how the story ends. Are we excited for episode 22 of Code Geass Season 2?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
So Lucius taking control.
Ascended the throne only a few days ago, has ordered the destruction of the Imperial Mausoleum, which held the remains of past Britannian emperors.
Whoa.
Wow.
The aristocracy, breaking up of plutocratic cliques, and liberation of the numbers. Odysseus and other royals expressed support for the new emperor despite these actions. However,
he's just amazing!
Does he really intend to completely remake Britannia?
Are we to believe Lelouch really did hate Britannia as he claimed?
He's eliminating any faction which could possibly oppose him.
Even in the UFN, most people are expressing their support for Emperor Lelouch.
I knew he was really on our side.
But he gassed them too.
Oh boy.
The knight for justice and the hero of the masses.
Speaking of media, where's D-Tard at?
I doubt he's coming back here.
You're right. As long as he's with Cornelia and Schneizel, he'll stay hidden.
What do we do now?
What do you mean from now?
Did they ever give a reason for why she's just lounging constantly?
I always wonder that. Why she's just in a constant, draw me like one of your French girls type pose.
Right? Because, I love a lie down as much as the next person.
That's gotta get comfy.
I don't even think so. I think, being horizontal is one of my favorite things, but they don't address that.
Yeah.
What do you mean from now?
It's just a stylistic
But I
choice.
mean,
Yeah.
everything's different. The new emperor is doing good things.
He is.
No, he isn't.
It's the truth.
Emperor Lelouch has Zero has one goal.
Lelouch v. Britannia commands each one of you. Be my slaves. Now!
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yes, your majesty!
Oh my god.
He's unstoppable.
Won't you let me analyze that power just a little bit for science, of course?
Do you want to die, Lloyd?
No.
Oh my god. What is happening?
Ridiculous.
He's just gonna overwhelm everyone.
Yeah, but this is just such a change. This is crazy.
To announce that he has vanquished former Earl Rosencruz.
Still, I'm not very popular out there, am I? The nobles are rising up and rebelling everywhere. Isn't that true?
People resist when you take away their vested interests. They fight back.
That's why we need to make them fully understand how foolish and pathetic it is to cling to vain pedigrees and past glories.
So he's just
pedigrees,
full scale
but
becoming the emperor now. Like he was just arguing for everybody being able to have independence.
Well, and it's weird to take on the role that you've been like essentially trying to abolish.
Yeah. I have one thought.
Okay.
Which is, what if he like commands everybody to do this, like rights the world, and then ends his own life? That way, everybody that they were supposed to follow is not there, but the circumstances are correct.
So he could theoretically undo it. He would just have to die.
Yeah, because if it's be my slaves, like if he's gone, then the Geass no longer exists.
I guess, unless it's like following the teachings or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like there are so many.
I'm just fascinated to see what any reasoning, and also why is Suzuku going along with it so much?
Yes.
Like, that's what I really want to know. I did catch a line in the most recent episode I was watching, episode 17, where he goes, "What, are you gonna bring Euphemia back from the dead? That's the only way you could ever make this up for me."
Yeah.
And I wonder if he did that, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Great intro. And also, now that he has both the Geasses on his eyes, I think it's like he's completed his Geass. Like, he has full, like, range of power.
That makes sense.
Is this a good thing?
Is what a good thing?
That was so sus, buddy. Come on. Come on.
Well, you know, the way Schneizel
The voice actor recording this was just...
This is the legitimate Holy Britannian Empire,
Oh.
isn't it?
Yes, you have
Schneizel and Cornelia left.
Suzuku and the others are actually trying to do here. By the way, did you know?
What?
Suzuku used to attend school with His Majesty. They had classes together.
Oh, Millie and Nina's school?
I won't be back until tonight.
Covering something?
A conference.
To decide if we support His Majesty or Lelouch.
That's part of it. Area 11... Sorry, I mean Japan. It's about whether or not we should go back to the homeland now that it's no longer a part of Britannia.
Yeah, I guess he's fixing that part already.
Well, even my family isn't nobility anymore.
Lelouch is the one.
Stop!
Like, he's stripping away all nobilities. Like, he's really getting rid of a lot of the bad parts of the empire, which is good.
That's true.
Like, he's helping out the cause of the Black Knights. Like, he's setting things more right, which is nice.
Even my family isn't nobility.
Just at the cost of a lot of people's free will.
Stop!
Yeah.
Is that not kind of what the Emperor was doing?
Drop
Anyway.
this whole subject now and talk about something else.
Man, I'm hungry. Here, Nina.
Sorry, Rivel.
Forget it. You shouldn't go out. You're safe here in the school.
Thanks a lot. When I built the Flea, I never in my wildest dreams thought all those countries would target me. They're relentless.
Oh. A bunch of other countries want the Flea.
That makes sense.
The name Emperor Lelouch has become part of history.
Horses, black and white.
And Montana, what's the fun fact you told us about white horses?
Oh, white horses are born dark, always.
And then they...
Not always. Okay, we don't need to get into the specifics of horse color genes, but yeah.
Essentially, they start out as a dark horse.
They'll be like dark gray or black, and then they'll get lighter and lighter as they age, and like gray horses will be like a darker gray, and then when they're like older, not even like old, but like, 5 or 6, be like completely white, even though they weren't 2 years ago.
So maybe that's symbolizing Lelouch slowly turning into the Emperor or something like that.
Possibly.
Or just changing over time.
Mm-hmm.
The name Emperor Lelouch has become part of history. All because you dismantled Britannian culture.
The real work is yet to come. At this moment, I'm about to spill a sea of blood. Enough blood to wipe away all memory of Princess Massacre forever from people's minds.
Lelouch, are you saying...
Yuffie wasn't the only one. It was Nunnally too. We've both lost so much. But to move forward into the future, we need to take over the entire world. Just saying those words makes me laugh.
Yet you're both absolutely determined to do
Not really.
Oh my god.
Yes. It's for the sake of the Zero Requiem.
Yes, Your Majesty.
The Zero Requiem?
What?
It's I sang a Requiem in choir on
a mass
choir
for
one
the
time.
repose of the souls of the dead.
Yes.
So I think this is his plan. He's going to fix the world and then die.
Wow.
I think that there's two things that make me think Suzuku forgave him. One, him agreeing I've done too many bad things, I'm gonna die. And two, him losing Nunnally just like he lost Euphemia and realizing, oh, I gotta stop all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows? It could be something else. Not saying that's it officially, but plans to take over the world? What?
He just keeps trying to control everything, every single aspect of everything.
I mean, maybe that's his ultimate power. That's crazy.
How long can he do that, though?
I don't know. Do what?
Control everything.
I mean, I don't think there's a limit to how long people will obey what he says if he Geasses them.
Right, but there are so many people in the world. Like, I get that, like, the abstract concept of, like, everyone has to do what you say makes sense in, like, a ruling standpoint. Makes sense from, like, a ruling standpoint. But the actual logistics of, like, how are you going to run the world if everyone is just basically mindless waiting for you to tell them what to do?
Yeah, I'm wondering. We'll see.
Like, what does that look like?
Well, I think saying, like, you'll regard me as emperor, or
they just live their regular lives, but
he's anytime emperor. He asks, and their opinion of him is supreme. Like,
yeah,
I think essentially he's making himself God. Essentially.
What will you do about the problem at hand, Your Majesty?
I took over Britannia to address that, but
is it true about what Schneizel is planning?
Yes, according to the intelligence reports. And given that the Totemo agency in Cambodia has seceded from Britannia, when you add it all up, it leads to one conclusion. There's no choice. We have to move the plan to the next phase before Schneizel has a chance to put his plan into action.
Okay, so they're fast tracking.
Okay, and they think they might be in Cambodia? Because they succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's a lot.
He's already making his move.
Absolute loyalty to Charles C. Britannia.
We will never recognize this damned usurper. What? An interceptor? But there's only one.
Oh boy. They're finally fighting together.
Has he always had his arms out?
What?
Has Suzuku always had his arms out?
No.
That's new.
New.
Okay.
Also, I'm interested to see why Suzuku agreed to all this.
Yeah.
With Lancelot Albion.
Yeah, this is the new Lancelot.
Yeah.
I can't track it.
Whoa.
Already?
See ya.
Oh my god.
Whoa. The wings shoot lasers?
How does that... Oh.
Will you wake up, Suzuku?
Those are some last words.
You can still come back.
He caught it. Oh.
Holy shit.
If you've sworn true loyalty to Britannia, then it's you who should join our side, Gino. Or will you stand against Britannia?
This animation is sick.
Yeah.
To become the Knight of One. But I am
oh.
the only Knight of One.
Whoa.
Never lose that title to a traitor like you.
I have a guess on his Geass, but I'll save it. But
okay. Well, no, you gotta share it, because otherwise, what if they just reveal it?
You're right. I think, what if it's like Night Eye from My Hero, where it's like a slight future prediction thing?
Oh,
because in terms of hand-to-hand combat fighting, there's a reason why his Geass was like, "You're not gonna win," and I think it's because
it's like a prediction
win in a one-on-one like that.
Component. I'm curious. Have we talked about the piercings, like the way specifically his eye is closed?
Yeah, they were like, it was like sewn closed, and he like,
it was like multiple rings, like it was like he had
sealed it off or something.
Yeah, which I mean, I feel like an eye patch would have done the same thing.
Hey,
from like a just strictly practical perspective, but maybe there's a different, maybe it's like it takes over, so he has to like really keep the eye shut. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see.
And I'll never lose that title to a traitor like you.
My title is the Knight of Zero, and that trumps you, Bismarck.
An empty title with no honor.
Yeah, animation's going crazy right
now. That is gorgeous.
Our programming for this live broadcast from the Holy Britannian Empire.
That's the Lancelot with energy wings.
And it's challenging Bismarck.
Energy wings.
How can he know Lancelot's flight path?
My Geass gives me the power to see the future.
Nice. Now, wouldn't you have been upset if they revealed
I would
that?
have been upset. And I thought it was like, I was like, I'm just conflating the two shows. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, that just happened in the other pop-up.
Yeah.
Boom, we can see a little bit of the future.
Wow.
I love it.
Very cool.
My Geass gives me the power to see the future.
That's sick.
And again?
Only once before. I used this power when I battled Lady Marianne.
Apparently she was an unbelievable nightmare pilot, by the way.
Okay.
But still,
Suzuku, as we plan
Is there a limit on it though?
I don't know.
Because he said he's only used it once before. So what's the downside?
Maybe it's he, as a knight, doesn't want to cheat. Dishonorable in a way. To basically just look at the future, you know?
Okay.
Cast to the world.
Right. For the sake of the Zero Requiem, I must be victorious.
And that's why I'm ordering you to live.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Whoa.
Did he have to redo it?
No,
Or does
I
it
think he's just reminding him
double
of
down?
it. I think it's just like
Could he have forgotten?
No, I think he's just hearkening back.
Okay. Does it? Okay.
It's a reference, I think.
All right.
What? What is this? Is it the machine's special functions?
Whoa.
Oh, it can move too fast to predict?
Suzuku,
Or moving
willpower is
erratically, yeah.
extraordinary, turning my Geass command to live into an unexpected weapon. You've become a warrior like no other.
Even though you can predict my moves, if I do this...
Head on? You insult me!
Oh, it's forward facing. So you can't know how far he is?
There's no depth perception.
Whoa. Oh!
You, Lady Marianne.
The Knight of One has fallen.
That's like the best nightmare they have.
Yeah, no, that was like their last best shot.
Nap. Yeah.
Yeah.
The video that you've just seen is final proof that I am the true ruler of Britannia, in name and in deed. Now that that is clear, the Holy Britannian Empire is ready to join the United Federation of Nations.
Whoa.
Britannia will be on our side?
And then they'll have China basically at that point.
Okay.
And Japan, I guess. But.
Mm-hmm.
Nor any of my generals. I shall follow all rules of the UFN. However, the site of the negotiation shall be the one nation which is neutral, Japan. The Ashford Academy will be the site of the conference.
Of course.
All right.
Just finding a way to get back there.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
wow.
What do you think his plan is once he gets everybody to this meeting?
I think it has to be some kind of group Geass.
Like, is he going to try to Geass everyone? There's somebody who can't Geass Cornelia.
Correct.
So that's going to be a big piece. If he tries to Geass, I feel like she'll just go and kill him. And that's kind of like a good guarantee in a way.
Yeah. I'm wondering what kind of component self-awareness plays, because the more and more people who are being affected, I feel like it's more and more likely that someone who is not affected is going to realize that something is very wrong and kind of bring that up. And if it's...
I don't think they'd be able to resist anymore if they thought that.
Yeah, so then it wouldn't really matter, because I was thinking maybe if Cornelia could like say something that would... Yeah, but that...
I think the only thing could be
no
if
way.
they reveal, like, don't show him your eyes, like, somehow, but...
It's like they bring everyone into the meeting, but they've got like those little boxes by the door where they give you IMAX glasses, but they're anti-Lelouch.
Yeah, it's just funny because in Death Note, it was so about like, I need to know his name and I need to know this. And like, I guess the whole, in like a lot of the stories, figuring out what the actual requirements were for the Death Note. Whereas
That's
here,
true.
nobody's ever really checked what the requirements for his Geass are.
And eye contact is just like pretty tough to avoid.
Yeah. All right. See how this conference goes.
Is there something
Or if it happens.
Yeah.
A certain person decided she didn't approve of us, so she's chosen to flee. We need to deploy Damocles now. There's no more
Damocles?
Is that the only option we have?
That will be up to the world to decide.
Damocles. Do you know the story of Damocles?
I don't.
Damocles, I think, is a destined fate, essentially. Like, the sword of Damocles is like, for example, if you had like some sort of genetic like predisposition to like get some sort of disease, like that's kind of your sword of Damocles, if I'm...
Gotcha.
Let me look that up. An allusion to an imminent and ever-present peril faced to those in positions of power. I think for this, it's going to be Lelouch getting too big for his britches.
We need to deploy Damocles now. There's no more time.
Is that the only option we have?
That will be up to the world to decide.
Naming it Damocles is really interesting.
Yeah.
Lelouch, are you really certain about this? Just me and a few security police.
We're going there to ask them for a favor, to participate in an enlightened democratic system.
Uh-huh.
And we know how everyone loves their democracy.
We're coming to you from Ashford Academy. It is here that the UFN will debate whether to allow the Britannian Empire to become a member. It's the Emperor's personal transport.
Does that ship look kind of fucked up?
No, it looks fun.
Okay.
Also, isn't the UFN literally the thing that Lelouch started? Like, just joining his own group.
I'm sorry. Emperor Lelouch has just landed inside the school grounds.
It's Lelouch, Emperor.
Quite the ensemble.
I need to know the truth, Lelouch. Why didn't you ever tell me who you were?
Yeah, I never told him.
How dare you disrespecting the Emperor?
We're friends. He was my best friend at school here. He was Lelouch.
Dang.
He just doesn't care.
Sorry, let him go. We'll leave right now. Huh? Let's go.
Little full circle moment there.
Yeah, very true.
Lelouch, tell me why.
Nice to meet you. You're Captain Colin Koski, a leader of the Black Knights, are you not?
That's right. I'm here
It's
to
a show
escort
for
you
everyone
safely to
else.
the conference.
Fine. Do you mind if we take the long way around? I am feeling a bit anxious about this. A little walk might be helpful.
Is Zero... Lelouch, did he come here to pull something?
He can't. The OSI systems are completely down now.
We've also supplied the guards with goggles that have special lenses.
Ah.
Advanced Geass countermeasures.
Koski wants us to watch her closely. If we think he used his Geass on her, she wants us to shoot her. She said to use the snipers.
You're all just
Wow.
paranoid. He came here to make friends. Get over it.
Nostalgic, isn't it?
I'm grateful for what you did. I know if it weren't for you, I'd have ended my life back in the Shinjuku ghetto. The Black Knights would never have existed at all. I was glad, proud and honored to be needed by our masked leader, Zero. When I learned you were Zero, I didn't understand anymore.
It's really good walking animation.
So, the man I saw fighting against Britannia. Now you've joined forces with Suzuku. What are you really trying to do? Do you want personal power? To be above everyone else? Or is this just a game to you?
Lelouch, after everything we've been through, what do I mean to you? On the day you left the Ikaruga, you told me, Colin, you have to live!
Oh!
Whoa.
This is it then. Bye, Lelouch. The Supreme Council will be meeting in the gymnasium.
Wow.
So then it is goodbye, Colin.
You know, I
That
guess
was
if
emotionless.
you know, if people compare this to Attack on Titan, I could understand it. Like, he's like, I'm gonna be dying, so
Yeah.
no need to get you attached. Like,
Of the UFN Supreme Council.
There's gotta be a better method.
The
Maybe.
Holy Britannian Empire participates in the United Federation of Nations.
Master Zero, do you understand that participation is dependent upon a 2/3 majority vote of UFN members?
Of course. That's the democratic way of doing things, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, because that matters to you.
he's really all about democracy right
Yeah.
now.
This is rather uncourteous, don't
The
you
appearance
agree?
of democracy.
Former Emperor Charles who carried out all those crimes, wasn't it?
Geass countermeasures, huh? Well, now it's clear that only Kaguya and the core members of the Black Knights know about Geass.
Voting rights are apportioned according to each member nation's population.
The Chinese Federation has been broken up, so the nation with the largest population in the world now is Britannia.
If we allow Britannia to join the UFN today,
You will have more than half the votes, Emperor Lelouch.
In short,
Oh, wow.
if we vote in your favor,
He'll have a majority just outright.
take control of the UFN.
So that's it. I always knew he was a bad guy.
He really is exceptionally dim, isn't he?
I heard that!
What's your response, Emperor Lelouch?
Break up your empire. Let your territories secede from Britannia. Or limit your total votes to 20%.
What trait is most important for governing the world?
It's pride. The pride of self-governance.
Good answer. You speak with wisdom, Lady Kaguya. However, I would submit a different answer.
Oh, and what would that answer be?
The will to destroy.
Destroy?
Destroy the world, and even oneself.
Careful, he's trying to throw something.
What?
What? Oh. Wait, the courage to destroy the world and even oneself.
The will to destroy.
Destroy?
Destroy the world, and even oneself.
What?
Careful, he's trying to throw something.
Destroy the world and destroy oneself.
I will not allow this affront to His Majesty.
Where the hell were our perimeter guards?
Sorry, sir, he launched suddenly from underwater.
Is he gonna make the leaders of the entire world obey him at gunpoint?
Deploy to Ashford Academy. We need to save Lady Kaguya.
The Britannian forces have started to move.
What's that?
They're crossing from international waters
Whoa.
into Japanese territory.
Oh, boy.
Meeting with the UFN and then choosing the school as the site. All of this was nothing but a decoy.
If that's true, then he's betrayed the trust of the entire world.
You heard him. He was never interested in joining the UFN.
He's taking it over.
Pure dictatorship.
He abolished the old aristocracy.
He keeps saying democracy.
Yeah.
Emperor.
Bullshit.
You're right. Zero is. Lelouch is now the enemy of the world. Retreat.
Oh boy.
Well,
Negative. I'm
it's important to label it.
If you fight here, you'll be putting everyone's lives at risk. There are leaders from every nation on Earth.
But the Empress is also in grave danger.
I know that, Colin. But the enemy is Lelouch.
Oh, God.
He won't hesitate to kill everyone around him. You can't act on your own. We have to let the representatives decide how to respond. Otherwise, the UFN itself will collapse. And that would leave Britannia victorious.
Now, Chairman Sumiragi, I request that you take the vote. Will you allow Britannia to join the UFN?
We'd be voting under duress.
Will you stop them from casting their decision? No. Then let's start the democratic process.
Huh. Oh my god.
Suzuku, what are they thinking? They declared war on the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a terrible idea.
Tangled up in this whole thing.
I'm not gonna let them get their hands on you.
Why? Just as a favor to Mill?
How?
That's it, idiot. It's because I'm your friend.
Whoa.
Oh.
Geass civilians?
Yeah. Yeah, he just has like a standing militia anywhere.
Priority target 1 has been captured. It all went as you predicted, Your Majesty.
Treat her with courtesy as I instructed. Oh, one more thing. I'm sure
Oh, they're
there was a
getting
student
Nina.
with her. Let him go
Yeah.
free.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Oh, so he was after getting Nina.
Emergency dispatch from the Avalon. Pendragon, the capital city. It's been...
Damn it, he struck first.
The radius of destruction is approximately 100 kilometers. We have to assume it was caused by a
All of Pendragon?
Oh, they have their own Flaya.
There's a fortress in the sky above it. It's 3 kilometers long.
Damocles.
Oh, that's it.
It's a literal sword of Damocles.
What's he doing now?
Lelouch, it's just as you guessed.
Yes, I had no doubt that all the Flaya warheads were there. The Sky Fortress Damocles was developed by the Totemoe Agency in Cambodia. It is a perfect base for the Flayas.
The only one who would know the Imperial private channel is...
Do you enjoy forcing others to submit to your will, Lelouch?
What do you want?
Do you?
I've gathered all the Flaya warheads. They're deployed to the Damocles.
You're prepared to attack the Britannian Emperor?
I'm afraid that's a moot point since I don't recognize you as the Emperor, Lelouch.
Whoa.
I suppose you think
He's like, I wouldn't, but you're not him.
There's another who's destined for the throne.
Oh.
The one who's truly best suited to rule Britannia is right here.
How?
What? What?
That shouldn't be possible.
Listen well, Lelouch and Suzuku. I declare you're my enemies from now on.
What?
Okay, so she must have somehow gotten out. That's gotta reset everything. Like this entire character shift was based on Nunnally being dead.
I'm shaking right now. This is crazy. Goodness. Well, what is Lelouch gonna do? What is he gonna do? This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
This plot is really just weaving and weaving like crazy these past few episodes.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next. This has just been so fun. What is going to happen? 3 more episodes. Wow. And that's where we're left for this episode. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below if you're excited for the next few episodes coming out. Also, check out the Patreon link in the description below to see these episodes right now. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. All right, question 1. Atticus Omenson asks, how do you think Nunnally survived the Flaya?
I really don't know, because the way that it was set up made it seem like she was in like the very center of the aim, and then the radius of destruction was like so massive that I couldn't fathom that she would be able to leave in time to survive.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was like everything got lit on fire. It was just like it deleted a circle
It was
out of the
immediate.
world.
Like that was not, I guess, like potentially a really fast nightmare if they just like took her out vertically. I don't tunnels underground.
I really have no idea. Like my thought was that Lelouch somehow, when he was in C's world and it like Geassed Jupiter or God or the mind elevator or whatever, like if he had somehow like broken the rules and taken her out, but like he was shocked to see her.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe someone had, like, I don't even know how this would work, but like a brief lookalike Geass.
Maybe
like something Geass related where that's not actually Nunnally and it's like something strategic.
Yeah, I'm really shocked by it and interested to see what happens. Let's go to question 2. All right, Kingpin asks, what do you think is the Zero Requiem now that you've seen all the Geass powers? Which one would you choose without the drawbacks? So in terms of the Zero Requiem, what are your thoughts on it? It's like the name of Lelouch's plan.
I mean, obviously naming it after an homage for dead people is like kind of makes his end game clear, that a bunch of people are either going to die or be as good as dead, which like losing all of your autonomy is pretty much the same thing.
I feel like it's gotta be just like he's gonna like essentially bring everybody together, get the world to where he wants it to be, become this like thing that like everybody kind of wants to, like kind of what Aaron did, where like he made everybody dislike him just so that
everyone's on the same team.
Everybody's on the same team.
Yeah.
Thing. I'm not sure though. And then he would end his life. But then who would be in charge after that?
Well, and then he's like leaving Nunnally alone.
Yeah, now that like Nunnally's in the picture, what even happens to that plan?
Right? Because he's been going along based on the assumption that he was just going to die at the end, but now he can't.
Yeah, Nunnally's like his person he wants to protect.
His reason for living.
His, like, final boss.
It's literally his reason for living.
Yeah. In terms of what Geass we'd want, between control, mind read, stop time in your area, force him to love you, rewrite memories, transfer your soul, or see the future.
And they specified like none of the negative drawbacks.
Yeah, none of the negative drawbacks. I don't think I want any of these.
I feel like in terms of like fixing the world, the ability to alter people's memories would be really helpful.
Yeah. Or maybe I'd want to see the future.
Yeah.
Like the way he was seeing it is just like you see a few seconds early, like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what could that be all that helpful? I mean, you're not like fighting in your day-to-day life.
I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you join like a football league and then you're unstoppable.
Yeah, I guess I was more thinking of like just taking terrible politicians and giving them the memory of experiencing what they're putting other people through.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
And then, okay, now make decisions based on that. Like, I feel like that would fix a lot, but...
Interesting.
I don't know.
Huh. All right, let's go to our final question. Final question. Sammy Pompeius asks, Suzuku is finally Lelouch's knight, as he wanted since the start of the anime, even calling him His Majesty and all. However, he doesn't protect Nunnally like they had first envisioned, only Lelouch. What do you think led to this change in their dynamic? Now that you know Nunnally is alive, how do you imagine they'll react?
Yeah, that is a super interesting point. Because it seemed like he was able to like mentally get past what happened with Nunnally by like mentally changing focus to be just 100% for Lelouch. And that was like the only way he was going to be able to be okay with how that happened and just kind of the reality of how that went down. But now that we know that that wasn't actually what happened, or it can't be what they thought happened. I mean, depending on what the situation is, because like if it isn't her and it's some like lookalike, then maybe the Geass would. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that he wanted to be his knight for Nunnally, and Nunnally wasn't there, so he just went for Lelouch. I think it's something about this Requiem plan. Like, I think it's something about like Lelouch, like knowing he can't Geass Suzuku anymore, so Suzuku knows he can listen to the plan and know he can never be impacted by it, I guess. And then he's calling him Your Majesty, maybe just build up trust that the world's seeing. I don't know. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, because was that private or public?
That he was saying Your Majesty?
Yeah.
It was private, but also, like, yeah, he's just saying it to Lelouch's
Yeah, like,
face.
it would be one thing if they were, like, in a group of people and he was like, here's whatever, Your Majesty, is like a, I don't know, like letting everyone know, but yeah.
I'm interested to see more of his role and like what he's trying to do, like, because he's definitely made this huge shift. He's had a few times in the show where he's just hugely shifted.
Exactly.
And we'll see if this is his final shift and what's going to end up happening. But that is where we're left for episode 22 of Code Geass Season 2. Are we excited for episode 23?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.